Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 3 of Hand of Fate 2. We have 3 different challenges that we can do now. The High Priestess, the Empress and the Emperor. I'm going to guess the High Priestess is probably the easiest of them. The High Priestess, collect blessings in order to enter the ritual house at the summit of Mount Freitas and negotiate a treaty with the Northerners there. Gain blessings to increase your chance of success. Do not expect to be welcomed by Northerners while treading their lands. Survive Mount Freitas by restoring life at camp. Okay, let's have a look at the other ones at least. The Empress. Earn fame in order to wield the legendary weapon Hertha's Ire. Villagers on the northern outskirts are under assault from the Northern Raiders. Defeat the mighty shaman who is leading their raids. Gain enough fame to wield the mighty Hertha's Ire. The raids. Encounters with Northerners are common in these parts. Okay. And then the final one is the Emperor. Thieves have stolen a relic from the Emperor's palace. The Empire are looking to hire adventurers to help recover this and other items. The road ahead may be long. Ensure you have enough food to avoid starvation. So this is what I was saying in the end of the last video about stacking the deck in your favour. You know that you need to put lots of encounter cards in the deck that will give you a way to gain food. Bandit country. The wilds are a lawless land and perfect for hiding place for thieves on the run. Come prepared. And Pathfinder. Use map reveal to help navigate treacherous wilds. Well, I think we're going to go and do the priestess one, which I think is probably going to be the easiest. So we've got our companion. We need to add some encounter cards. There are going to be some new cards in here as well that we can try and do. I would still like to get some of them completed if I can. So some can be useful. Some will be missing out of here as well. Finding the Forest Folk, I would like to eventually get that one completed. Let's also see if we can do Malaklyp's problem. We'll attempt it once more. Arm wrestling is a good way to get some more money. It's quite an easy one. Deep water can get us some equipment and some combat though. Let's also go for Lost Boy. We can get 2 more here. We can get a tavern if we go for the Westwind Tavern. And let's go for the arm wrestling again. Okay, it's full. It might be a bad choice, but we'll have a look. And let's back out of there. Go into equipment. So, what do we want here? We can choose 5 equipment now. What does the ring give us? We don't know what the ring gives us yet because we haven't seen it before. Or the Valiant Aegis. So it is still on. We'll put the ring and the Aegis in there. We'll also take the Bastion of Purification because we know that is good. We will take the Winter's Blade because it is new, and we'll take the Cardinal Blade because we know that that is good. So there we go. We've padded up our deck. Let's go ahead and begin.
You find yourself once again in the company of prayer and religion. How unfortunate.
Okay, looks like we've got 2 tokens we can get for this one.
Now it begins. Negotiations on behalf of the Empire. We will see how that story ends.
So now we've got another little card in the bottom left-hand corner. I guess that's representing our blessings. Malaklyps has somehow roped you into travelling deep into the far north on a diplomatic mission. While I usually refrain from working for the Empire, since this one takes me further away from it, I've made an exception. It'll square my debt with General Brandstorm and help open many doors for you. What do you say? Join Malaklyps and begin the quest. Ask how you can help. Ask about the leader of the Raiders. Ask him more about his mission. Well, most of those seem like time wasters. Let's just go and begin. Excellent. Bring your sword and let me do the talking, says Malaklyps. I've bought plenty of supplies so we can set up camp when we're hungry. Excellent. Wow, 25 food. Nice. Let's hope we don't lose it all. Malaklyps shares a tidbit as you commence your journey. The High Priestess is quite partial to blessings. If you can prove yourself worthy, we'd have a better chance of swaying her in favour. Collect at least 6 blessings before meeting the High Priestess. You grit your teeth and begin the ascent. Okay then, so blessings are in the top right hand corner, so what is that blue crown down at the bottom? Not sure on that one. Anyway, let us move on.
Be careful where one takes refuge. even in the worst of storms.
So we've just taken a lot of damage for just moving. Your climb becomes unbearable as a ferocious blizzard sweeps the mountain. You seek shelter in a cave and desperately fight off the onset of frostbite. Ah, got a failure again. Of course I did. The wretched smell of fish meat and stale sweat alerts you to the presence of a bear rousing from hibernation. The ferocious beast bares its teeth and swipes at you with giant paws. There's another 5 life lost. You flee the cave, having barely survived the savage attack. Luckily the blizzard has passed. Malakai forages for firewood, saying, "This log is dry enough, we can set up camp here for the night." Access the campfire at any time between encounters. The campfire can be used to consume food, trade, or review your mission. Don't think we want to camp yet. I think we'll carry on moving along.
A lesson
well, that's
in
not
caution
good.
awaits us all. Nature, truly wild nature, will not tolerate fury in its domain, unless it is its own.
High up on the mountain, you see a silhouette of a man approaching through heavy snow. He bellows through the roaring wind. Who dares trespass in the sacred grounds of the priestess? Hidden raiders spring out from the mountain with dexterity of mountain goats. Okay, well, we might be able to sort this one out. We've only got a rusty axe at the moment, which isn't great. Took a hit already, which is not good. Oh, can't dodge that one, so just get it. Or at least we can't block that one. So if you can't block, just get out of the way. And if you can block, actually try and block. Sometimes it's better just to try and keep moving. Oh, I took both of those hits. Wanted to take neither and I took them both. Right, they are both down now. We might have to set up camp soon, because I took a lot of damage already. So now we get the Winter's Bane. So, knockdown Northerner. Perform powerful strike that causes knockdown to Northerners. Enemies in knockdown can be defeated with the finisher. Against Northerners, Riposte deals 150% weapon damage and counts double towards weapon charge. Very nice. Well, we definitely want to have that. And we find a health potion, which gives us some life. The clash of steel rings out, echoing through the peaks. The mountains answer with a low, ominous rumble as a wall of white rushes down towards the melee, sweeping away everything in its path. Right, we need to roll an 11 here. And we did, bang on. Continue. You seek shelter against a bluff, pressing closer to the rock face as the avalanche roars overhead. When the trembling stops, you are miraculously unscathed. Your assailant's weapons juts from the snow. As you near, you realise it's still clenched in his hand, his body buried to the wrist in the avalanche. Retrieve the weapon or dig him out. Let's dig him out. You brave the cold and free the raider from his icy grave. He takes a moment to catch his breath and says, "You saved me, though we are enemies by blood. Take my blessings and leave me to your thoughts. Gain 2 fame." Long shot. Precise dice. Score the exact target value in dice gambits to draw 2 equipment cards, then discard this card. Excellent. So that's a blessing. So basically what will happen is if I get a dice roll and I roll the exact number I need, I'll be able to choose 2 equipment cards. But then I think I lose the blessing. Do we want to camp at this point? I'm kind of tempted to say yes. Let's go ahead and do it.
Campfires will always offer warmth and heat, but they also change with each challenge. Be prepared.
A figure appears from out of a swirl of frost and snow. It is a northerner. "I come in peace," he says. "I make the pilgrimage to the High Priestess. I mean you no harm." Without waiting for approval, he slumps down beside you and warms his hands by the fire. "In my youth, I once fancied a northern warrior. She almost cut my head off when I serenaded her." Malakai plucks the mournful note on his lute. "Young love, hey?" Cook food. 1 food restores 5 life. Trade, change appearance, review mission, or break camp. Let's cook some food. Malakai sits himself next to you, offering a sip of warm honey wine. The last time I was on Mount Freitas was when I got very drunk and lost a bet. Let's keep cooking up some food. You warm your frozen hands as the wind howls about you. Again, keep cooking that food up. Yep, nothing new is appearing here. We're just basically going to go up. Let's say we go up to like 90, because we'll gain some more from moving, hopefully. Let's see if we can trade. We can potentially buy some equipment here. He has a lot more money. Well, that's a lot more than I can afford, and we don't need it. So let's go ahead and... do we have anything we can sell here? No, we want to keep a hold of that. So let's finish trading and let's break camp. You sleep through the long cold night. In the morning, you pack your things and continue your climb up the mountain. Okay, let's move this way first, and then we'll go over here.
Not every temple has crumbled into the dust. More's the pity.
The Temple of Divine Providence provides blessings in exchange for a simple gold donation. Fine, 6 gold. And we get to choose which one we get, although we don't know what they are. Beggar's Charm, Monk's Vanity, Zealot Gold, Gambler's Banquet. Let's go for Gambler's Banquet. You receive 4 food for every dice gambit. Oh, we can find out what they all are. Receive 15 life for every gold gain card you receive. That could be useful. Your max if your max life is less than 150, you may discard food gain or equipment gain cards to receive +5 max life. Gain up to 20 gold at the beginning of a new map if you have less than 20 gold. Or prior to combat with 2 or more monster cards, optionally discard a basic monster card but lose your companion for 3 turns. I think I would... because the food one's probably going to be useful. Although that one could be anyway. I think we'll go for the Gold Zealot, actually. So now we've got 2 blessings. We lose our gold, that's fine. Let's go over to this one. Let's do it anyway. This is another blizzard. That's unfortunate.
Men become desperate.
Lose 10 life. Lose another 10 life.
Together, even through the worst.
And it's the frostbite thing again. Right, let's not screw this up this time around if I can help it. Hey, got a success, finally. When the howling wind eases, you clear the snow from the cave entrance to discover the dark clouds have passed. I don't think we really need to camp at this point, so let's just move on. Finding forest folk. This one again. So, let's try and get a success this time and not a failure. Hey, finally. You follow the song through the thicket and stream until you find an open glade bathed in golden sunlight. You find an aged maiden, her posture bent like the boughs of the forest. It has been 12 winters since I had a visitor. Her voice is a whisper, yet it thunders in your ears. You may visit me when you are in need, adventurer.
This is yours now. Even if you lose the challenge, you have earned this
So
token.
let's move on to the final one here. Ascension.
The mountain itself pushes you back.
A sudden blizzard slows your progress through Mount Freitas. The bitter winds pierce your skin like shards of glass. Well, we've got to ascend. We've got to go up to the next level.
Witches I will tolerate. They have at least stepped into the streams of power that magicians call home.
As you ascend the snowy Mount Freitas, you happen upon a cottage with a pungent smoke wafting out of the chimney. A frail old lady sweeping snow off the path beckons you to come in. We've come in search of the great high priestess to deliver an important message, says Malakai. You'd better go bearing blessings if you want to get the high priestess's good side. I'm fixing a batch right now if you'd like a taste. If I've got it right this time, you can take it to her, she says, stirring the cauldron. Malakai politely declines. I've been watching what I eat, but my companion here has an insatiable appetite, he says, nudging you forwards. So one of these has a chance of failure, the others do not. And I didn't get the failure, which is nice. Pick again. Optionally, retry any chance cards gambit. Excellent. So when you get these things where you have to pick a card, you can do it again. You take a sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling flowing through your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I'm sure the High Priestess will appreciate this one. You thank the old lady and continue up Mount Freitas, paying no heed to the brewing blizzard. Okay, so which way are we going to go? There's another blizzard, also unfortunate. 5 life and 10 life. Okay, not too terrible. And we'll get to pick a card again here. We go for that one. And there we go. We don't need to redraw. We will just continue. Happy with the card we got that time around. Excellent. We don't need to use the campfire, so let's move on to this card, see what we get.
Will you push
That's the
on
Ascension.
despite
Nope.
nature
We're going to
itself
turn back
attempting to thwart
because there's
you?
more stuff here we want to try and uncover. Another blizzard. That is unfortunate. 5 life and 5 life. Okay, that we can deal with. And we get to do this whole card shuffle thing again. That was a failure. Let's go ahead and redraw. And we got a success this time. Excellent. I still don't think we need to use the campfire. Let's try and get all of these uncovered if we can. Arm wrestling. Ah, yes. Your opponent in the 3rd round is Palit, the brass hag. She touts herself as a fearsome pirate, but needs the money for from this competition to get herself a boat. We need to roll a 14 or more. Let's go and re-roll you two. And we got a 17. Excellent. So that's 30 gold. And we gain 2 fame. The brass hag cannot live up to the strength of her name and she slumps in defeat. And we also gain health because of the gold gain cards. So we're at max health again, which is very nice. You take your reward from the purse. Yeah, we know that bit. Right, do we want to uncover the last 2 cards? I'm guessing we might as well. We still need more blessings.
With the least of notice, the very lands beneath you can slide away. Life is filled with surprises.
Hidden raiders spring down the mountain with the dexterity of mountain goats. 3 of frost, and there's a trapper of frost here as well. So we do have a potential sort of boss type character here to defeat. There's 2 of them as well. On the frozen plains, prey are few and far between. The keen eyes of a trapper sees all. Trappers throw hunting traps that snare their targets. Use evade to avoid traps, or change move direction rapidly to break free. So basically, wiggle the stick. Right. Let's try and get rid of these guys first, because I've got a feeling they're going to be a colossal pain in the hoop. So my trick here is to basically try and keep moving as much as possible. Right, let's try and get rid of this trapper if we can. Okay, I think both of the trappers are now down. So we should be good here. Right, okay, we need... Oh, mistimed that one. There we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, actually. I did take a couple of hits, but if we get any gold gain cards from those guys, I'll actually get health back anyway, so... Got an Armory gain card. We don't have a good shield at the moment, do we? Let's get a better shield. Just replacing our standard shield. There we go. And we gain some more food. And we gain some more gold, so that gives us a 15 heal. Excellent. And I didn't even see what that dice roll was for, but let's try it anyway. And we rolled a 14. What exactly did that give us? Oh, it's the avalanche, of course it is. Right, okay, that's fine. Let's dig him out. Gain 2 fame. And normally get a blessing there as well, do we not? Death die. Reduce the speed of a wheel of wheel gambit. What's wheel gambit? I haven't seen wheel gambits yet. That sounds uninteresting. Sounds like a sort of a Wheel of Fortune type affair. Let's get the last card. We might as well. Deep water. Well, we're more than familiar with this one. It's going to be another fight. The Anarchist of Greed and the 3 of Steel. Well, I think we've probably got this one in the bag. This might be a slightly longer video because I think we've still got at least one more level of this sort of encounter to go. But that's fine, I'm quite enjoying this. Some people do ask me to do longer videos, so there we go. The Watchmen, taken from the dregs of society, elevated to the petty positions of power. Watchmen can block, greatly reducing the incoming damage. Use bash to open them up for damage. So the game is constantly introducing new types of enemies to me. I really should stop taking these hits. Okay, I need to get better at blocking and dodging these things. And the riposte does a lot more damage anyway. Right, there's one of you dead. Right, let's get you down, can we? We're one down. Quick riposte. There we go, they're all down. Again, took a hit or two. But I certainly think we came off better. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get any blessings from that. But we do gain some fame. And we gain some max health. And we gain some life, which is all good. So we might as well just head all the way back now.
The mountain is unforgiving. You would not be the first to die upon its peak.
We might as well ascend, because we've got nothing better to do.
Old witches. I have a fondness for them, but I would not trust them.
Further up the mountain, the blizzard becomes so intense you can barely see the tiny cottage engulfed in snow. An old lady beckons you in. I've received word from my sister's hawk that and I've been expecting you. I may not be as skilled as her, but the blessing potion I've whipped up is my best yet. Do you think it's good enough to take to the High Priestess, she says, blowing the steam off a simmering bowl of thick liquid. I really couldn't, says Malaklips, patting his belly. Okay, double chance of... Oh, that's quick. Oh, and it shuffles a lot. We got a failure. Well, we will redraw. Okay, we did get... Well, that was a hard one. That was really difficult. Adds +2 to each of your dice during a dice gambit. Wow, nice. You take a sip of the aromatic potion and feel a warm, fuzzy feeling through your body. Looks like my recipe is a success. I'm sure the High Priestess will appreciate this one. Okay. So, let's keep moving on. Let's do this one first, because we'll have to backtrack from that one there. The Lost Boy.
Children. It's hard to conceive that either of us were ever such.
This is one of the encounters that I added. He's just a small child you overhear. A deeper voice growls. We have to take him to the dungeons or else he'll run straight to whatever northern clan he's spawned from and show them where our outpost is. That's a shifty-looking kid. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, says Malaklips. You consider the boy's fate. Save the boy or offer to take the boy to the dungeon. Or save the boy. And sheathing your weapon, you demand they let the boy go. The Phalanx of Steel and the Musket of Steel. That sounds tricky. So, the expansion of the Empire requires constant conscription of new blood. Soldiers block all attacks. Yeah, we already know about that one. Ah, right, I see. You guys are going to just shoot at me. Well, I've got a way for dealing with people like you, and that's just constantly dodging around like an idiot. Okay, there's one of them dead. And I intend to finish off the other one quite quickly as well. Right, you are going to block. I really need to be doing the same. Would have been funny if they'd have hit each other there. Okay, let's get out of there. You're blocking, which is quite annoying. Oh, right trigger. These guys are taking a few more hits than I was expecting. There we go, we're down to one left now. There we go, they're all down. So we did lose a little bit of health, but I think we'll be able to recover from that quite nicely. Quite a tricky encounter, really. Almost up against two sort of boss mobs. Or two groups of boss mobs. And that actually gives, in combat, boost life to 75 when life drops below 25, then discard this card. Well, that's quite good. Although we don't want to lose it. Right, we've got our 6 blessings now. As you check the unconscious guards, you notice the boy looking at you warily as if sizing you up. Rolled a 14. He fiddles with a little dried plant hung around his neck nervously. Okay, I will tell you, there was an Empire ambush on our village. I ran with Mother, we got separated. He wiped some tears from his face angrily, but I'm not afraid. I am of Clan Catsfoot, and we are great pathfinders. I will find my way home. The boy tells you what he knows of the area. Excellent. So now we can see whether or not there's anything here that we want to do. So we could try and do Malaclips's poem again. We've probably got the money. We can avoid the blizzard. The blizzard is... There's only one blizzard here, and that's the one on the far right-hand side. So, excellent. These should all stay revealed anyway. We gain 2 fame. So, let's just avoid doing the blizzard, and we'll rattle through the other ones fairly quickly if we can.
A grand opportunity for you to take whatever pleases you and go about your day.
Oh, we'll just... It says at least 6 blessings. I guess we can take more. So let's go ahead and do that. We now have 7. We lose some gold, but that's fine. Let's move over here and do this one.
Here's a token for you, if you can earn.
So I'm not going to read this one out because we've already sort of gone through this one before. So we'll pay the gold. We lose the gold. Then we have to eat the flower. Let's eat the daisy this time. Flower tastes like a wilted lettuce with a hint of something like bitter medicine. Got to roll some dice. Need to roll a 10. And we got a 20. Because it doubled up. Okay, so that's that done. To your horror, blood begins to blossom under your shirt. You pull it up to see it's merely a superficial cut, but you wonder how it occurred nonetheless. So we take a little bit of a health drop there. Merc nods, happy with the results. He beckons Malaclips closer. Of those of us that are left, you should seek Era of the Veil. She may know something of the cure. Last I heard, she's hiding out in the underneath.
Let us discover what the next chapter in our dear bard's tale will be.
That's the underneath, not the upside down. Oh no, not her, Malaclips straightens his neckshell nervously. The greasy goblin man giggles manically. Yes, her. She'll likely eat your bones before she lets you speak. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to run. With that, Malaclips' associate turns away and hurls a bouquet at a shocked passerby. Flowers, fresh flowers, buy them or I'll eat your eyes. Gain 2 fame. Okay, let's move this way, and let's move this way. We can camp again, and I believe we should. Let's cook some food, and we've got plenty of food here, so let's try and get up back to sort of like almost full health. Let's go all the way up to 102. Is there anyone here we can trade with? We can buy a ruby ring. I don't know what the ruby ring does. Gain 10 max life when you have more blessings than curses. And any number of rings can be equipped at one time. Well, we might as well take it.
Valuable for purely financial reasons, if nothing else.
We're not going to buy food. We'll finish trading, but we can cook more food. And cook food again. There we go. Now we're at 112 life. Excellent. Let's break camp. And we've got 2 more cards to go through, I think. Is that last one? The Blessed Summit. Yeah, so we're nearly there.
Ever since I've returned to this world, I've been disappointed. The filth, the shame, the horrors dwell in the minds of men, not in the monsters in the darkness.
So this is a card that we unlocked at the end of the last sort of, not encounter, the last challenge. Westwind's only tavern, the Rusty Razor, is a safe harbour among the many dangers of the outer reaches of the Empire. Its barkeep sits outside the establishment with a look of resigned defeat. Upon your arrival, he jolts straight up, and a smile almost breaks out across his face. At last, someone from the guild is here. These Empire soldiers have almost ruined me. Before you can disagree, the owner swings open the saloon doors and pushes you inside. Ah, these guys again. Inside you discover a handful of Empire soldiers enjoying ale rather than doing their duty. The freshly invigorated barkeep hops onto a table and shouts above the noise. You lazy drunken deserters are done. The Stewards Guild has sent an enforcer here now. You're all going to have to get back to your posts. This town needs defending. One of the soldiers rises with a slight sway. We've got 3 days until our shift ends and we return to civilization, so we're not doing any fighting unless they threaten the supply of ale. Right, lads? Around raucous cheer erupts and beer tankards smash together all around. So why don't you take your shiny little badge and shove off? The barkeep turns to you. What are you going to do? Well, we're going to threaten because we don't have a bribe. You suggest with menace that the soldiers should report to duty or they'll report to the healer. Oh, this one could go terribly wrong. Got a failure. Well, we will redraw, because why not? And we got a failure again. So it looks like we're going to be fighting them. I won't be threatened by the likes of you, the soldier grumbles as he rises, followed by his friends. Okay. This is pretty much the guys that the same guys that we fought on the small boy one, the musket of steel. Well, it looks like there's 3 of them now, though, so slightly larger group here. The musketeer, deadly at a distance. Only the most skilled are recruited into the musketry. Musketeers fire heavy attacks, defend with a shield, use evade for your life. I fully intend to do lots of dodging and diving and ducking around here. I want to take these guys out as much as possible. That should be one dead already. Now these guys will try and stay at the back, is what they basically do. Well, I've got one. Right, there's one left. Let's try and get rid of him. It's a lot easier when you don't have the guys shooting at you, so... Okay, that was good. Not letting push me around too much. Keep trying to hit him where I can. There's another one down. Oh, took a hit there, which I didn't want to do. I'm not commentating much here because this is getting a little bit intense. This is a very big and wide open tavern, isn't it? Where are all the tables? Didn't block that one very well, but there we go, they're all down. So we did unfortunately lose a little bit of health doing that. Although I think what I've got is still decent. Gain an equipment card. Let's have a look at this shield because I don't know what it is. Adds 1 weapon charge. Every 3rd step does not consume food. Interesting, but I'm not going to equip it. We'll take it with us anyway.
I have little trust in artifacts that breathe myself.
Gain some food, gain some fame. As the soldiers fall under yet another blow from your weapon, the leader shouts out, "Stop, all right, we'll do our part, just stop cracking our skulls." There's the token for that one. We can camp again. It seems we can camp wherever we want. So let's go ahead and just get healed back up again. There we go. 100 and, let's do one more. 112 seems reasonable. And hopefully this is the final card.
Now the confrontation. Are you ready to face the priestess of her people and drive the deal the Empire has requested? Or will you turn and flee?
The winds clear the dark clouds to reveal the spire of a ritual house protruding from the summit. You press on through the thick snow to find the wooden structure adorned with the spoils of war. Let's enter. As you enter the great hall, the towering arched doors swing open with a heavy creak. A giantess in velvet robe enters accompanied by raiders. Malaklips bows low to the ground. My companion and I have been sent forth to discuss a truce between the Empire and the Northerners, milady. So they send me a silver-tongued devil and his mercenary, she smirks. I hope for your sake you have a decent offering. You kneel before the High Priestess. Your offering will suffice, says the giantess, but if you seek to make a deal on behalf of the Empire, you must prove yourself against my champion. What a surprise. So we've got Trappers of Frost and the Berserker of Frost. Raiders charge towards you. So this will be the final fight and the final encounter of this scenario and of this video. Hopefully I'll pull it off first time and not screw it up, because we're already 35 minutes in. That is a big dude. The Berserker Champion, fierce, loyal and relentless champion of the High Priestess. Berserker weapons are imbued with ice that slows their enemies' movements and attacks. Let's try and not get hit. So, we've got these trappers. These trappers are going to be the biggest pain, I feel. So, I want to try and take the trappers down where I can. Malakai, whatever his name is mainly just going to dodge out of the way of these guys. Didn't... Oh, he hit me with that one. I didn't want to be hit with that one. Right, one down. One of the trappers is down. Come on. There we go. We did get a kill shot in there, so... We need to make sure that this guy doesn't hit us, though. That's the problem that we've got with him. Oh, I'm getting very close to the edge here, and that I do not like. Right, I need to sort of protect Malakai a little bit here, because he's taking a bit of a bashing. Right, just me and the big guy now. So, this should be fine. Just don't get hit by him, basically. And he's done. Whew. I got my my heart rate up a little bit. You've done well. Now hear my terms. The High Priestess draws herself up, a towering figure draped in fur and wrath. The North will never bend to the Empire. Blood for blood for blood. Those are my terms, small one. Let your leader hear it and quake. With that, you make a quick descent to relay the message back to General Brandstorm. But we have completed the challenge, and I love this music when you complete a challenge. The Humble Hammer, the Berserker's Creed, and the Extinguisher. Winter Solstice, Burning Building, Temple Prayers, and Cartographer. We already know what Temple Prayers is because we've encountered that one. A food gain card, Warrior's Axe, Soldier's Sword. The Dark Grove Ring and Shrine. Oh, got this one as well. Oh, it's the Forest Folk one. So now we have the Old Maiden, which is a new encounter card that we can add. I think the Old Maiden was actually in the... No, she was Young Maiden. In the first game, she was Young Maiden. She's now Old Maiden. Usually gives you food or something. Oh, I've got a lot more tokens to open here. For convincing Merc to help Malaclips, the Underneath. So that's the second part of Malaclips' quest line. And for clearing out the Rusty Razor, the Friendly Innkeeper. There we go. Well, we haven't opened up any more. We've still got the other two, but we will do them in another video. This one has been exceptionally long, close to 40 minutes, so I really do thank you if you've made it all the way to the end. I hope that you are still enjoying this playthrough of Hand of Fate 2, and I will see you on the next video. So, until then, goodbye for now.